Hey there, how there, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcome you to day two, or week two, if you will, of the Super Bowl winners, losers, and friends tourney. 128 teams moving on in this tournament, the biggest tournament obviously around. And the format is simple. All 59 Super Bowl winners and losers get their spots in this tournament. Now, not every franchise of the 32 franchises have been to a Super Bowl. There have been four that have never been to a Super Bowl: Detroit, Jacksonville, Houston, and Cleveland. So, using my knowledge of things, I put the 57 Lions, the 64 Browns in because both those were the last time Detroit and Cleveland won an NFL championship. Obviously, they were in the NFL before the whole Super Bowl thing started. So that made 120. But I added a few teams from a special non-NFL/AFL qualification thing, and the 1948 Browns for the AAFC. That's the All-American Football Conference, if you must know. The Predators that actually gave Cleveland, San Francisco, and I think Baltimore to the NFL eventually. I think. Of course, you know me. I think differently, it will happen. So anyway, we got those teams in. Well, and the 99 Ryan Fire from NFL Europe somehow snuck in. So that's 122. Added a team from the 30s, so 33 Bears who already played in and won. The 1948 Philadelphia Eagles, all the NFL champions would battle each other. And all that stuffy things. Jacksonville got the 1999 team in because Jacksonville needs at least one team in. And then you got yourself Houston for 2019 because Houston, the Texans, like, well, what's their best team? And that team is the 2019 team that ended up winning over Buffalo in that famous wild card game and putting Kansas City to the wood, if you will. So after all that, it's 102 AFL teams from the 60s who did not qualify for the Super Bowl. All that. We got ourselves to 128 teams. A recap of last week: the 90 Bills took on the 81 Bengals, who of course won. 81 Bengals part of the winning the what they call the Freezer Bowl and losing Super Bowl 16 to Dan Buns in his goal line stand against the 90 Bills that went wide right. Everyone knows that, or should know that, obviously. So they win. The 33 Bears winning the 1930s NFL tournament to qualify. They beat the 2011 Giants, who beat my Pats for the second time in a Super Bowl. The 64 Browns survived the 03 Panthers. The 03 Panthers shocked everyone by beating the Rams in the divisional round in double overtime. And then, if it wasn't for John Casey's botched kickoff at the end of the Super Bowl against the Pats would not have had the easy road for a field goal to win the game. And the 64 Browns, the last Cleveland team to win a championship. The 77 Cowboys survived the 09 Colts. The 77 Cowboys Super Bowl 12 winners that they had to face their former quarterback Craig Morton and his Denver Broncos. The 09 Colts that got shocked by the Saints in the Super Bowl. The 2018 Pats, the team that beat the Rams 13-3, only 13-3, and that was just months after my fallout with my buddy Bill, but we reconciled before the Super Bowl. They lost to the 97 Broncos. This one's for John. Need I say more? The 1966 Packers, the first ever Super Bowl winners, took on the 2023 Niners that lost the Super Bowl in overtime and beat them. And the 06 Colts winning the only Super Bowl in Indianapolis as the Colts. I know the Baltimore Colts won, but Indianapolis Colts. And they beat the 2019 Chiefs that started the dynasty. Now we got 7 games for you today. Right, we have 7 games. We got to go East Coast to West Coast as we always do. Our first game is in Baltimore. It's the 68 Colts take on the 2018 Rams. We will probably do Baltimore favored by guy who had to come in for Johnny Unitas during the 1968 season for the Colts and somehow won MVP. Is their QB, Tom, Matt, and Jerry Hill running the ball to start. Remember, these are the starters. These are not necessarily the only players. Willie Richardson, Jimmy Orr, perpetually with his hand open in the end zone, and John Mackey are your receivers. Or the O-line, we have Bob Fogo, Glenn Ressler, Bill Curry, Dan Sullivan, and Sam Ball for the 2018 Rams. Their D-line is Michael Brookers, Aaron Donald, and John Franklin Myers. Linebackers, Corey Littleton, Mark Barron, Samson Ekubal, and Dante Fowler. And the DBs, Will Marcus Jr., John Johnson, Sam Shields, and Marcus Peters. And of course, this was the team that lost Super Bowl III to the Jets, and a lot of people said that it was a fix.
First down.
Second and 8.
Flag on the play. Holding. Offense.
Out. Kind of out. State to seal go. 18. Jared Goff, the quarterback, who was with the Lions and then got traded to the Rams. Oh no, sorry, he was Rams guy and then got traded to the Lions for their starter, Patrick Stafford. So he's the QB. Todd Gurley from Georgia, which I remembered from the Rose Bowl 2017, one of the best ever Rose Bowls. He's the wide receiver. 3 receivers start: Robert Woods, Brandon Cooks, and Josh Reynolds from Tyler Higbee for tight end. Ron Havestein, Austin Blythe, John Sullivan, Roger Saffold, and Andrew Whitworth for coaching. Baltimore, rookie line: Bubba Smith, Billy Ray Smith, no relation, Fred Miller, and Ardell Brass, Mike Curtis, Dennis Bellbolt, and Don Shinnick, your linebackers: Lenny Lyles, Rick Gold, Jerry Logan, and Bob Boyd, rookies. For the Rams, this is the team that shocked the Saints in the NFC title game. Of course, the infamous pass interference no call happened, which could have helped the Saints get the Super Bowl, losing Breeze versus Brady. Rams got to the Super Bowl, lose for 3 freaking points on my Pats.
Flag on the play. False start. Offense. First down. First down. Outside. Defense. First down. First down. good.
Let's go. 16-7 Baltimore. Every home team is one. I know. Rams are on the red zone.
Touchdown, Rams.
It's no good.
Touchdown, Rams.
He's good.
Now they have to go 80 yards and 46 timeouts. Baltimore has it all timeout.
First down. First down. First down.
Flag on the play.
Holding. Offense.
All that hurt because they were so good at 8 yard line. They had a good chance to run in the end zone for them.
Flag on the play.
Receiving team.
Oh, 20 minutes. And then that is going to set, and somehow the 68 Colts are going to fall in the first hurdle to the 2018 Rams of all fucking teams. It's the 68 Colts of all Jared Goff 3 touchdown passes. Well, it should be Tyler Higbee. The dude got all 3 touchdown catches, well, only for 55 yards, but Higbee 3 touchdowns, and the 2018 Rams shock everyone and move on to the next round. 26 for 37, 321, 3 touchdowns, 3 picks. Enough. Morrow 21 for 39, 293 with 3 interceptions. Back to 110 receiver. Shanahan had a fumble return, but they missed an extra point. Baltimore had the lead for the longest time, but the Rams 3 touchdown receptions. Oh dear. Okay. So yeah, we're gonna Tampa Kansas City will be the last game of the day. Right? The 14th. Oh, yeah, we'll be in Miami. We're gonna go to Miami. For some strange reason, they decided to have randomly put the Super Bowl 8 rematch on the first round card. You don't see many Super Bowl rematches in the first round.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen.
Now let's see what happens. It's the Orange Bowl. Minnesota starts the ball at the 21. Fran, the man, Tarkenton, Andrew Reed, Chuck Foreman, Oscar Reed running the ball. John Gilliam, Jim Lash, Doug Chris Prater are your receivers. Up front, John Giller, Ed White, Mick Tinglehoff, John Gordon, Ray Alderman. Miami's D-line, Vern Denharder, Manny Fernandez, Bob Hines, Bill Stanfield, Nick Bulicani, Doug Swift, and Mike Cullen are your linebackers. Tim Foley, Jake Scott, Dick Anderson, Curtis Johnson, your defense. Second and 8.
First down. First down.
Miami crushed Minnesota. Defense, a lot better than the defense under undefeated season. 5.
Timeout. Offense.
30 inches, just that.
First down.
Anyway, Bob Greasy will start for Miami. Ray Soccer, Mercury Morris, 2/3 of the great running back trio. Jim Kick, the other one. Marlon Briscoe, Paul Warfield, and Mark Holman, your receivers. Norm Evans, Larry Little, Jim Liner, Bob Gooch, Rick Wayne Ward. NSF's defensive line, Carl Eller, Barry Larson, Alan Page, and Jim Marshall. Wally Hildenberg, Roy Winston, and Jeff Simon, your linebackers. Bobby Bryant, Bob House, Joe Frank, Nate Wright.
Timeout, defense.
Flag on the play.
False start, offense.
Miami has the Dolphins, the greatest football team. We take the ball from goal to goal.
Timeout, offense.
We're tonight. We're gonna have to go for 3 to tie.
Good.
Got it. You're tied at 10. Those are red zone.
The kick is no good.
Yes, sir. Live road to Buffalo. And 10.
Flag on the play.
False start, offense.
Touchdown, Dolphins.
We're always in control. And when you say Miami, you're talking Super Bowl.
Good. Timeout, defense.
17-10, trying to kill the clock.
Timeout, defense. The kick is no
Yes,
good.
sir. Minnesota does have a timeout. A touchdown.
Timeout, offense.
Defense is good. wait for them. Wait. Okay, so next we have Dallas. Yep, we're going to Dallas. 92 Dallas against 80 Oakland. We're trying to go from east to west. Houston traded Pastorini to Oakland for Joe Plunkett. Oh no, sorry. Ken Stabler. That's right. So Stabler was traded to Houston for Pastorini. Mark Van Egan and Art Winnington running the ball to start. Bob Chandler to quick branch and give Casper the strike catch pass. Oakland, Henry Lawrence, Marvin Dobby, Gene Upshaw, Art Shaw, Mike Dallas's offensive line. Charles Haley, Tony Casillas, Russell Maryland, and Tony Tolbert. Robert Jones, Ken Norton, and Vincent Smith to the linebackers. Udivs, Larry Brown, Thomas Everett, James Everett, the 80 Raiders. Wildcard team and Chuck Everett, especially San Diego. The AFC title game, and then they used 3 interceptions off Jaws on Jaworski. With Jim Plunkett coming up.
Flag on the play.
12 men on the field. Offense. Offense.
Today, John Gessick, Mark Sapkowski, Eric Miller, Eric Langer, that's one. Oakwood Steenline, Dave Browning, Richie Kinlaw, John Matthew Sack, Ryan Martin, Matt Lilly, Ed, Maxwell Kendricks, and Randy Plenty. Linebackers, Lester Hayes, Burgess Owens, Mike Davis, and Monty Jackson for Davies. The 92 Cowboys crushed Buffalo in the Super Bowl 52-17. The season because Kelly was not 100% and Frank Wright. And that's when me and Mike did this hot dog defense. Given Dallas 59 points, most of the Super Bowl, I have to, but that's Fox.
First down.
Yeah. And technically, because Dallas was in possession. Super Bowl to 7. 34.
Touchdown. This is good. The extra point is no good.
First down.
First down, Hacker. 8 yards by Van Egan. Second and 2. There's Tanner on 23. I know it's Arizona. There we go, up to 3. Going to tie a touchdown to win. Anything else or thought? 3 yards to Moose.
Flag on the play.
Flag.
Holding.
Offense.
Defense.
Oh.
First down.
3 for 7 now. That gives, it's either Dallas has good defense, red zone defense, or basically Chris Barr sucks. Wow. Aikman, 22 for 38. Gooch, 19, a touchdown, 2 interceptions, 128 winning. Pastor Mooney, 20 for 37, 277. No touchdowns and no interceptions. Pastor 124. Yeah, Lester Hayes had the pick 6 that tied the game, and then Chris Barr almost won it in regulation, but failed. Chris Barr gets a field goal to make it 16-13. So, let's look at the special teams. Chris Barr, 3 for 7 on field goals, and they still win the game. Usually when you miss more field goals than you make, you're dead in the water, but somehow, in some way, they win the game. I think Oakland's got to find a new field goal kicker in round 2, I'll say that much. Yeah, I think this is the first game that went to prolongation. It is. Okay, so I am going to have to find one. So my rule is I try to find a game that I can simulate. 97 Packers. We're going to simulate 97 Packers, 88 Bengals. And the Packers win 21-18, Favre to Freeman for the winning score. So the 97 Packers that wanted to win back-to-back Super Bowls but fell to John Elway faced the 88 Bengals that almost had Super Bowl 23 in their hands, but John Taylor with a winning catch with 39 seconds left. It also is imperative to know that the Bengals had a good fullback by the name of Stanley Wilson. Well, he did play in this game, but it's imperative. Like, they don't take a Super Bowl 23 thing in effect. But Stanley Wilson got caught smoking crack and basically was kicked out of the NFL. And they said that basically he was the main reason why Cincy looked so good. Boomer, 15 for 28, 199, 2 touchdowns. Favre, 16 for 32, 8, 3 touchdowns, but 2 interceptions. Thursday Levens did run for 121 yards. Packers look digging it. Bengals were up 18-14 at one point. Well, Asias into Eddie Brown, and then Ickey Woods with a touchdown run. I mean, 2-point conversion. All right, so we have, how many games do we have left? We have 3. We're going to be in Detroit. We're headed to Detroit next, and then Arizona, then Kansas City to wrap her up. At Yates Stadium, commonly known as Tiger Stadium. At the 21-yard line, Kerry Collins, the man from Penn State, and Ron Dane. Yeah, he was converting yards leader for a while at NCAA. He's your running back. 3 wide receivers to start. Armani Toomer, Ike Hilliard, Ron Dixon, and Pete Mitchell. Your offensive line for the Giants is Luke Pettigrew, Ron Stone, Dusty Steeper, Glenn Parker, and Lomas Brown. For the 57 Lions, their defense. Get it. Thank you. There we go. Dennis McCord, Bob Miller, Gil Maines, and Gene Cronin. Roger Sadkoff, Bob Long, and Joe Schmidt. And linebackers, Jack Christensen, Yale Larry, Terry Barr, and Jim David. I think Coach Schmidt got this year. Was this year? 2025? I don't know. But yeah, so we got that. So the 2000 Giants won the trip to the Super Bowl by a massive blow over the 2000 Minnesota Vikings, 41-0 on home turf, and then they got humbled by the Ravens in their defense. The Giants did score 7 points, but the bad news was it was on special teams. It was on kickoff return. Giants get 1 yard there.
First down. First down.
Flag on the play.
False start. Offense.
Flag on the play.
Pass interference. Defense. First down.
Flag on the play.
Illegal use of hands. Offense.
Touchdown, Giants.
He's good.
Backfield, Jim Duran, David Middleton, and Jerry Reichelt for receivers. Offensive line. Louis Creekmore, Stan Campbell, Frank Gatsky, Harley Sewell, Charlie Manny. No D-line. Cedric Jones, Keith Hamilton, Christian Peter from Nebraska, Michael Strahan with Captain Smile, Ryan Phillips, Jesse Armstead, and Nick Farrell, your linebackers, Rudini's, J.C. Seymour, Sean Williams, Ted Burns, and Dave Thomas, Alabama. And not the Wendy's guy, not the Canadian actor. So 57 Lions, the last time Detroit won a championship in 85. Not division championship. Yeah, Detroit had championship. Thanks, Spider-Man. Have a pretty good one.
First down.
Detroit in the red zone. Just run it up the gut.
Good.
You never know what's happening.
No good.
No, sir. Fourth quarter, it's 10-3. They have a chance. They need a touchdown. Lions need a touchdown.
Touchdown,
It's good.
Got all your timeouts.
First down.
That'll be this one. And the Giants put the ball close. Overtime, they scored a field goal and then stop them 92,000.
Touchdown, Lions.
Detroit wins in overtime for the second time we have an overtime winner. We do have time for two more, right? Yes, we do. So the 08 Cardinals taking on the 24 Eagles. Like hell, who the hell do you think you're gonna Kenny Pickett? Jalen Hurts has to be the quarterback. Why the heck Tanner McKee? That's stupid. I mean, Kenny Pickett, fine. Well, anyway, I'm using Jalen Hurts. Kenny Gainwell is starting. I realize he was started. Okay, this one, AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, Johnny Wilson, Jack Stoll will be your tight end. We'll probably see Saquon. Yeah, we'll probably see Saquon in action. Lane Johnson, Landon Dickerson, Cam Jurgens, Fran Johnson, Akai Becton with the front line. Remember, this did not have Jason Kelsey because he retired. Okay, he retired 1 year before that Super Bowl. Arizona's blue line and Kelly Smith pointed out docket. Brian Robinson and Travis Boyd. Carlos Dansby, Gerald Hayes, Chilio, Pujor, your linebackers. Roger Hood, and Charles Roll, and Adrian Wilson, and Dominic Marcus Corradi, your DBs. The Frankfurt Phillies, the defending Super Bowl champions, they just won last year. Thank God for the update. First, second, and 10 I got from that team. Let's see what they do.
First down.
First down. I'll let the ball.
Flag on the play.
Offsides. Defense.
Defense. That's my
First down.
Anyway, the Cardinals get the ball at the 20. Mr. Kurt Warner, Mr. Comeback player. This guy, well, there was this in the second Levi has for that. Amazing job. He did. He was back playing Northern Iowa, which is not really a major school. In basketball, kind of, well, not so much. Went to play in the Arena Football League in NFL Europe. He was even a overnight grocery before he went back to the Rams. He got in by 30 goal to St. Louis by accident. check his injury. But he's with the Cardinals, and it's kind of a renaissance out with the Giants. He's basically kind of Tim Hightower, Terrell Smith, the running back, Antoine Bolden, Steve Preston, and Patrick the receivers. Offensive line: Levi Brown, Deuce Ruturi, Lyle Sandline, Reggie Wilson, Andy, Phillies D-line, Josh Sweat, Jordan Davis, Milton Williams, Carter, Jalen Carter, Zach Bond, Jacoby Dean, and Nolan Smith. The linebackers: Cooper Deshaun, C.J. Gardner Johnson, Reed Blankenship, William Mitchell, and Higgins.
First down. First down. First down.
I wouldn't give it to Arizona. Billy gets the ball, second quarter. They're going to go for the field goal, right now.
Good.
Arizona again. Third quarter, Arizona in the red zone, down 10-3.
Touchdown, Cardinals. That's good. Touchdown, Eagles. He's good. Touchdown, Cardinals. The extra point is good.
First down. Timeout, offense.
4:24. Now they're going to run the clock down a bit.
First down. Timeout, defense.
Arizona calls timeout. You know what?
Timeout, defense.
Kill the clock.
Timeout, defense.
Stop. Hurts never had control of the snap, so technically it's a center's fault. Cardinals now have to go 97 yards for the touchdown. At about, I would get about 75 yards. Overtime. Oh boy. Jalen Hurts and Philly. They're going to be replaying that fumble for years.
First down.
Hurts 15 for 28, 193, 3 touchdowns. Barkley went 22 on the ground. AJ went 11 catching. It was a battle. 17-17 Preston from Warner, 24-17, and then AJ from Hurts, and then Philly had that home at the 3-yard line, which would have kicked a field goal. They should have just drove in, but Jalen messed up the fumble. But fortunately for Philly, Hurts got the touchdown. They got the touchdown when they needed it to, so no harm, no foul. Wow, 3 overtime games out of 6. One more game to go. And we got Kansas City against Tampa. Wow, a different form of Tampa Bay versus Kansas City. I'm terrific in a Tampa outfit. So amped. It's like, what is he doing in a Tampa Bay uniform? Like, come on, can't he retire or just play for one team and retire, like Terry Bradshaw or Troy Aikman? Granted, Aikman was kind of injured, but still, geez, every Paper fan like myself is just pissed. Remember, so anyone the Super Bowl away from New England, that makes us even more pissed. Leonard Fournette being the running back to start with, 3 wide receivers, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Deandre Johnson, and Gronk, and then Brady wanted to play for Tampa. Donovan Smith, Alex Kappa, Ryan Jensen, no Marpet. Stingy has to come in with Tristan Wirfs. The 66 Chiefs go with Chuck Hurston, Andy Rice, Buck Buchanan, and Jerry Mays. Linebackers, TJ Hall, Bobby Bell, and Cheryl Hedrick. No Fred the Hammer Williams, and he's out, so Emmett Thomas has to play. Cornerback with Bobby Hunt, Johnny Robinson, and William Mitchell comes back. 2020 Bucks, of course, this is the new COVID on everything sports. Tampa was hosting the Super Bowl, so the Bucks became the first team to play in the Super Bowl in their home stadium, and the first to win it. Still, it just I should have picked up.
Flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Pass interference.
Defense.
Defense.
Usually that's what happens.
First down.
Last game today, and then for the next 6 weeks, the next 6 NFL weeks, you'll see 6 games a week.
Flag on the play.
False start.
So you'll see fewer games.
Offense.
By an inch.
First down. First down. Timeout, offense.
Running the ball, Curtis Taylor, receiving the ball, Dave Hill, Kurt Wirtz, Wayne Frazier, Ed Buddy, and Jimmy Tyler for the offensive line. For Tampa, their D-line, JPD, Jason Pierre-Paul, Donkey Kong Sue, Joaquin Nunez Roches, and William Golston. Your linebackers, Devin White, Avante David Shaquille Barrett, distributed fourth linebacker, Lex Nelson, Sean Murphy Bunting, Anton Winfield, Julian Crow, Jordan Whitehead, and Everett are your DBs. The 66 Chiefs, the first AFL team to play in the Super Bowl because instead of AFL stand a chance to win a game. They lost to the Packers. Scoring will have
First down.
Flag on the play.
False start. Offense. Illegal use of hands. Offense.
Touchdown, Chiefs. The extra point is good.
I think Tampa will be in the 60s game because Tampa.
Touchdown, Buccaneers.
The extra point is good.
Flag on the play.
Pass interference.
28-24
Offense.
offense.
Timeout. Offense. Timeout. Offense. Timeout. Offense.
Brady 23 for 42 for 47, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. Allen, Dawson to Taylor, Brady, Halsky, Mercer, field goal, Mercer for Kansas City. Well, I guess Tommy Murphy was like a great kicker. Burnett, 24 13, and then Dawson and Vera did picks. Oh yeah, pick 6 from Hunt. Tampa will be saying, "B Hunt, what up?" No. So let's review what happened this week. 24 Philly took on 08 Arizona, had a chance for the winning points in the fourth quarter, but the fumble by Jalen Hurts. Overtime, they got the ball first and they got the touchdown, so no harm, no foul. The 2018 Rams went into Baltimore to take on the 68 Colts and beat down 21-16 in a shocker. The 80 Oakland Raiders, speaking of shocker, wins in overtime on a field goal by Chris Barr, and the dude was 3 for 7. Normally, when you miss 3 or more field goals, you're screwed. You screwed your team over. 92 Cowboys. 57 Lions winning in overtime on a winning touchdown against the 2000 Giants. The 97 Packers beat the 80 Bengals 21-18. It was a close one. Favre to Freeman to win the game. 66 Chiefs win 28-24, narrowly avoiding Tampa's Tom Brady winning. And 73 Miami survived 73 Minnesota. So we had 1, 2, 3 road teams win out of 7. Next week, we have 6 games for you. 34 Minnesota taking on 91 Buffalo. So Buffalo, Furman Thomas better remember his helmet this time against the 74 Vikings that fell to the Steelers. 2015 Broncos, 2015 Panthers. It was randomly selected, so man, we're gonna have a Super Bowl 50 rematch in Carolina this time. Houston, they're their obligatory team. The 2019 squad go to face the 85 Bears. That's terrible. Houston's like, oh man, why did we have to get that straw? 82 Redskins, who should have won the Super Bowl. Oh no, did they win the Super Bowl? No, they didn't. Yes, they did. What am I thinking? Yeah, with Mark Mosley, their kicker, as the MVP. You know your season's bad when the kicker's the MVP. They'll face the 48 Browns, who are the AAFC champions and one of those miniature teams that move on. So Cleveland will now have to take on 82 Washington as their reward. 72 Dolphins, the undefeated 72 Dolphins, will go to Minnesota to place the 76 Vikings. the Super Bowl 11 losers, and yes, it will be outdoors at Metropolitan Stadium because Minnesota didn't move indoors till '82. And finally, the Ryan Fire, who won the NFL Europe thing, they will play next week, and they'll face the '81 Niners, led by the catch of Dwight Clark. So Ryan's reward is a game in San Francisco. So that's kind of awkward, but what can you do? You just can't do much. Anyhow, I'm Jeff Diamond. Adieu.